hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Mwah. Happy Friday to you, beautiful people out there. How are you this wonderful Friday afternoon? A pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you who have tuned in to watch Omega Live with JJ, Woman Without Borders. It is Friday, sorry, May. Oh my God, I'm sending back the time, aren't I? Yeah, it is June 5th, 2020. And I thank you for watching this program. Yes, it is a beautiful day that the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing in it. Are you? I hope you are, right? Despite the challenges that you might be experiencing, it is still a beautiful day. And so I hope you are enjoying today, okay? Thank you for spending this time taking the time to spend with me. I know you could have been otherwise. Absolutely. So many things that you could have been doing. So much going on, especially with the country being reopened, right? There's so much things to do. But you have chosen to spend this hour with me, and I really appreciate it. I do not take it for granted. Right now, I'm going to invite you to hit the link, the share link, share it with your friends, right? Share this video with your friends. Let them come and watch it live. Of course, if they can't, it is being recorded, so they can always watch the replay later on. Absolutely. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel Omega News. Okay. And remember, I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where you can actually go and like, share, and comment. Okay. Remember, guys, if you comment right here while I'm live, I can see your comment and I can respond in real time to your comment. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. So, you know the drill. If it's your first time, by the way, a special welcome. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for my new subscribe. I see I have some new subscribers. Thank you for my new subscriptions. Guys, remember to subscribe to the program, okay? Yesterday we had a break in transmission. I had to do a playlist, but when it breaks, guys, I cannot send a link at that time. So if you do not subscribe and hit that notification bell right beside the subscription button, then you will not be notified that I have started again, that I'm live, okay? But if you subscribe, then you'll be able to know that I am live and you can come on even without me giving you a link, right? Absolutely. So, anyways, I thank you for all my new subscribers. I appreciate you a lot. Okay, continue to subscribe, guys. All right, and invite your friends and family to subscribe also. Absolutely. Okay, so you know this spiel by now, guys. I give you the news and then I give you my 2 cents. Okay, I tell you what is happening. Yeah. I can't give you every single thing because it's a 1 hour program, as you know, okay? But I try to give you the latest information on on the news. Speaking of latest information, I actually got some information concerning the Jodie and Ferron case. It was not in my news this morning, but I will give that to you during this Omega Live program. Yeah, absolutely. So here goes. Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I know what's missing. Tell me what is missing, guys. You know what's missing, right? You know I gotta have my water. Yeah, my water is missing. Yeah, excuse me. Mm. Those of you who know me know I drink a lot of water, right? I drink so much water. It's why I'm so healthy, with all, I mean, I could be so unhealthy based on my circumstance and my environment sometimes, but because I drink so much water, guys, and water is medicine. I keep telling you, drink a lot of water. Water is medicine, as a result of which, that's what keeps me healthy. Absolutely. All right, so here goes. I tried everything. That is the headline of today's Gleaner. These are the words of Joyce Davy, sister of Noel Chambers, the man who died in a correctional facility in January of this year, after spending 40 years without trial for a murder he allegedly committed. The sister, whose 2 sons are in the military, said she wrote to the Governor General, former Ministers of National Security, and even Dr. Peter Phillips, the current opposition leader, with no response to her letters. Miss Davis said, when she saw her brother the Thursday before he died, she cried to see the condition in which he was laid in the hospital. So let me actually give you that story. It's actually a Gleaner, as I told, it's a Gleaner story. They did they actually video the interview with the sister. It was so touching. So here goes. So According to the Gleaner article, for more than 3 decades, Joyce Davy sought justice for her brother Noel Chambers, stepping up her efforts as visible signs emerged that his health was deteriorating at the Kingston-based Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, where he spent 40 years without a trial. In January, that's January 2020, it seemed like her fight had come to a shattering end when prison officials ushered her to his emaciated frame, sprawled on the floor of the prison hospital and draped in a hanging white merino, shorts, and a surgical mask attached to his face. On that visit, the last of dozens over the years, Davy said her weak and withered brother could only muster a glance in her direction before closing his eyes. The ordeal left her and relatives in shambles, even more so days later when prison officials telephoned to say he was dead. I'm quoting her. That was the end of it. We just call it that, the 69-year-old said of the case that has sparked national outrage and has highlighted the relevance of the often embattled Independent Commission of Investigations in the com. Yeah, you see why we need them, guys? Mm-hmm. Chambers was reportedly arrested on a murder charge in 1980 and remanded in custody in 1982. He is one of 146 mentally ill inmates into whose detention Indicom has launched a probe. These inmates have been detained at the Governor General's or the court's pleasure, as they have been deemed unfit to plead, the Commission noted in its quarterly report released this week. At least 15 of the 146 inmates whose cases are being probed have served more than 30 years in prison without facing a trial, the report revealed. I started to write letters, David continued. The first one was to the Governor General. They answered me back, and they said that I must write to Peter Phillips because he was the Minister of Security at the time. That's referred to Dr. Peter Phillips, leader of opposition, right? And the leader of the People's National Party. Mm-hmm. I wrote a letter to him, Phillips, Davis said. They don't answer. I wrote a letter to KD Knight. I remember I went up to a place up Eureka Road and spoke to a lady who said she was going to see what she can do. Nothing. Another time, they called and said I should talk to a gentleman down by King Street. Stairs again. Statements again, relayed the elderly woman. It's just pure statements and nothing, she said, outlining her many visits to the legal aid clinics in the corporate area. They told me that he was going to come home, and that is why we signed a paper in 2004. We sent go to country, we prepared a place for him, everything. Them got bed for him and everything. It is not to say I never tried, It that hurt me to know that I tried. Me try everything for him, said the despondent Davy. Excuse me, who was pouring the criticism in sections of the media that Chambers was abandoned by his relatives. It's not a matter of that at all. They don't have nobody, but they treated him as if he didn't have anybody. She continued, questioned whether her brother could have had a longer life had he received proper medical care outside of the facility. Chambers' niece, Ruth Perkins, cried openly as she recalled the deplorable state her uncle was in when he was turned over to the family at a funeral home earlier this year. Funeral home workers reeled in disgust at the bed sores and the open wounds that riddled his body, she said. Me used to my uncle as this nice, strong, well-dressed Rastaman, neat. His ear always covered, and then for years you don't see back that hug, that smile, she explained, noting that Chambers had vanished for years before his relatives found out that he was actually in prison. When me see him, his body looked like a little something you throw one side, she continued, the pain in her voice getting more evident. Yesterday, Indicom's boss, Terence Williams, said Chambers' death and the treatment of the mentally ill inmates was an indictment on Jamaica's parliamentary and justice system. All these pleasure clauses are basically how the Englishman used to describe or put a nice spin on an indefinite detention. What they are saying is that we are detaining you indefinitely for the protection of the public as we think you are unfit to plea, said Williams, noting that there is usually no evidence of follow-ups with the inmates who then languish in jail. If I was tabling blame, I would say 60% of it would be for the Department of Corrections. 20% of it is for Parliament, and 20% is for the courts, he said. They are casting the burden on the men to put themselves back before the courts, but it should be the state who puts them back before the courts, Williams said. Meanwhile, Minister with a portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Honorable Senator Matthew Samuda, says he'll be ordering an audit into the operations of the Department of Correctional Services and its interaction with the court system. Yes, guys. That story I started yesterday, and yeah, it's still. I'm not even going to comment on that one today. To be honest with you, I'm just going to finish and tell you what Minister Matthew Samuda said, and then continue the news. Either Sunday or Monday, because this is a continuing case. I mean, it is just so heartrending. And there's just so much that I want to say in addition to what I already said yesterday. But I'm waiting that I have some more information to collect, and then I will give you that piece of information, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on that. So to continue with what basically the Minister with our portfolio, the Minister of National Security, Matthew Samuda, it says, the ministry will not only look at the way forward by examining the findings of the Indicom report, but it will be ordering an audit of operations which concerns how the DCS interacts with our court system. It will be done in a piecemeal fashion, he says, right? He reports that the ministry convened a meeting with the Commissioner of Corrections, Gary Rowe, right? Unfortunately, the cleaner, because the cleaner article, right, he was unable to reach for comments. According to the Jamaica Psychiatric Association, they added their voice to this whole saga that is unfolding. And they said that they had called for review of Chambers' case, along with the 146 other cases influenced by Indicom. They are urging the government to ensure that persons with mental illnesses are afforded their human rights and treated with dignity without stigmatization. Adding to all of this also is the Stand Up Jamaica Executive Director, Carla Gulota, who is urging the Health and Wellness Minister, Dr. Tufton, to intervene to provide adequate personnel to meet the demand of psychiatric services in the island's correctional facilities. And as I told you yesterday, guys, reportedly, there's only one psychiatrist for the entire mental ill population in the prison system. Can you imagine? One. Yeah. That is, I mean, people are so outraged, guys. I must have to say one. I have to say one thing. I'm waiting to say more, but I got to say one thing at least. I got to say one thing. I mean, on a serious note, I was reading. I've been listening to a whole bunch of things, and I was reading a whole bunch of things. And you know, can I tell you something? What I noticed, what basically as, and I said it to you before, and I say it again. You understand? You guys have to be thankful for COVID-19, because COVID-19 has revealed a lot of things, because people are doing so much things differently as a result of COVID-19. Okay, now, there was this big demonstration. I mentioned it yesterday, right, in front of the US Embassy, demonstrating George Floyd in the US. I am yet to see one demonstration, you understand, for Noel Chambers. Okay, so he's dead and gone. We still have 9 persons who are fit to stand trial. Okay, we have 15 over 30 years. I told you that yesterday, I gave you these numbers yesterday, right? And I'm saying, I don't see one person protesting. Hmm? Jordan Ferron, no protest family and what's happening in the US. This is Jamaica. You dance a yard before you dance abroad. Passing christening Britney Foster. Yeah? I would love to see you people who are demonstrating out there. Demonstrate for our own Jamaicans right here, you know, who are going through the atrocities. I'll say more later. One last thing I must say on the subject, and then I'm gonna continue. There's so much to say, guys. Really. All right. So you see, I tell you, how the system is broken, right? And you see how many systems are broken. You see, all of these cases happen. They reveal to you now that the system we have in Jamaica, they are broken. The education system is broken. The health system is broken. Jordan Farron case has shown that. You understand? The the police force and you see that with the Jasmine Dean case. You understand? The Jamaica Defense Force, alas, one of my favorite security forces. Unfortunately, you see that with the August town debacle, yeah. Mm? And now you see also with this Noel Chambers that even the justice system is broken. Mm? We need to use the time to fix this system. Mm? All this talk about, I mean, listen to me, I said it again, I said, and I've heard people say it, and I thank God that I've been hearing finally people have been coming out and saying it, that listen, we need to eat to grow to eat, because guess what? Right? We're concentrating on things like tourism to bring in tourists into the country, into this broken system we have to get foreign exchange. You understand? You gotta clean up your house first. Clean up your house. Your house is dirty and needs to clean. You have to clean up your house before you start to bring in people to show them your house. You're bringing them to show them your house because of money. That's the only reason. Not because you're such a great humanitarian and lover of people. It's not the tourists you love, it's not the tourists, the money you love, why you're opening up the industry to bring in the tourists them. And you have your yard broken and want to fix. The pipe in the bathroom want to fix. The pipe in the kitchen want to fix. The ceiling is being torn down. The cupboard inch coming, the roof inch coming off of the door. And you're bringing people in to come show them the house. It doesn't work like that. Mm? Come on, guys. I said it already and I said it again. Clean your house, okay? We all have to do it. You understand? Yeah. It is house cleaning time, guys. And you're seeing what is happening, all of this exposure. The Lord is allowing all this to happen, guys, so you can see that you need to clean your house. Listen to me. God never destroys a city without a warning. Never. And so you've all been warned. You've all been warned. You've gotten the warnings. You understand? And you're still getting the warnings. And you're not complaining. And I'm still seeing the arrogance. And I'm seeing the pride. You understand? And the narcissism. And I'm seeing them, guys. No, I'm telling you, the Lord will humble you if you do not use humility in your pursuit of success. You understand? And the betterment of the, because at the end of the day, I tell you, God is about people. He created man because God loved people. You see? Notice how when he created man, after he created everything, the whole world, he created everything and put them in place and then put man in there and say, you're in charge. That's how it works. But we turn it the other way around and we put everything in front of man. We put even dog in front of man. And the dog was created for man's pleasure, not the other way around. You understand? And it's full time. We put back people at the top of the food chain where we belong. You understand? It's full time. It's high time now. You see, you can't be doing all of these things that you're doing, man. You see, the system is broken. The system needs to be fixed. Anyways, continuing. So, yesterday, press briefing. COVID conversations, Dr. Christopher Tufton. Yeah, you can see he gets a great kick out of doing this. According to the Minister of Health and Wellness, Honorable Dr. Christopher Tufton, more than 40% of the people do not know, right, that they have non-communicable diseases, NCDs, or medical condition. This is why he says knowing your health status is very important while protecting yourself from COVID-19. Of course, he was speaking at his weekly press briefing, COVID conversations. Meanwhile, the minister said there were no new cases reported of the coronavirus disease COVID-19, even as 7 persons recovered in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of recoveries to 368. Right. So not much information for my big data people. The numbers still stay the same that I gave you yesterday, right? So only thing to add to what I gave you yesterday is the fact that we have 2 critically ill, none moderately ill. So either one of the two things happening here, guys. Either we had a moderately ill person yesterday who is now critically ill, or we have a moderately ill person who got well, and another person is being hospitalized and who came in critically ill. Only one of those two scenarios, is feasible at this point, right? But we have 2 critically ill and none moderately ill, and that's what we were told. We were not giving any additional information. According to the minister, he says since April 29th, there has been 2,320 persons entering to the island under the control program, right? And out of that number, he says 58 have tested positive to date. We still have 32 outstanding samples, right? So it's to date, right? Could be more, but we have 58 persons who entered the island under the controlled reentry program who have tested positive for COVID-19. That's quite a lot of number of persons who came in, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And according to Dr. Tufton, he says to date also 204 nursing homes have been inspected, right? And including 17 that were basically off the books. They were not, there were no records for those 17, but they were also inspected. Of the number, 98 tested satisfactory, I mean, they passed the inspection, right? And 106 were unsatisfactory. So there were more unsatisfactory, guys, than there were satisfactory, the nursing homes. But who is surprised? Tell me, which one are you surprised by? Guys, give me the thumbs up. Let me see that you're watching and you're listening and you're actually appreciating this program, right? Give me those thumbs up coming, man. I mean, seriously, guys, who is surprised? Because we know the reason. Hi, no sound? No sound. You're not hearing? No sound. What happened to my sound? You're not hearing me, guys? You're not hearing? Still not hearing me? Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? Let me know if you're hearing me. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? That's weird. No sound. What happened to my sound? Hmm. Um, Let me know if you're hearing me now, please, because I didn't know that I didn't. Guys, if you're not hearing me, let me know because I thought I thought you were hearing me. My laptop is going. That's what happened. I think. Yeah, I think my laptop is going. The sound is getting. The microphone is getting it's getting bad. I hope you can hear me. I hope you're hearing me. I hope you're hearing me. Let me know if you're hearing me. Please let me know if you're hearing me. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So I was saying to you guys that, okay, I think you're probably hearing me now, right? Okay. I was saying to you that we know because most persons do not want to take their families to a nursing home because of the fact that, still no sound, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Are you hearing me? Testing, 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 testing. Oh my God. Oh my God. My laptop is going. Oh my God. No sound. What happened to my sound? Oh Lord. I need a laptop. My laptop is going. Okay. Guys, I can't help it. I'm sorry. The sound is going on my laptop. See if you can turn up your volume, please, and see if you can hear. If you turn up your volume a little bit, I'm sorry. My laptop sound is going. Wow. Lord, I need a laptop. Okay, so I was saying to you guys that we know most persons do not want to take their families to a nursing home because we know that the nursing homes are in deplorable condition. So again, thanks to COVID-19, finally the powers that be, they are recognizing, you understand, that this is what is happening. If they were doing their job in the first instance, right, then we wouldn't have had a problem, right? They would have known this, but it wasn't happening. But thank God for COVID-19. Now they have to be doing all these inspections, right? And now they're discovering during their inspections what's happening with the COVID-19, what's happening in these nursing homes, right? And so, according to what the minister said, he said that when they did their inspection, guys, the non-conformances that were observed included inadequacy in the training of personnel with regards to cleaning and sanitation procedures, inadequate hand hygiene facilities, no possible isolation area was identified, no provision was in place for social distancing, there was lack of running water. Guys, lack of running water. In some of these nursing homes, they didn't have any running water, lack of running water on the first floor. Yeah, staff were not are utilizing their PPEs, their personal protective equipment. They were not wearing them. You understand? Inappropriate cleaning and sanitization chemicals were being used. Inadequate provision was made for additional potable water. Right? Temperature checks for staff entering the premises were not done. You see, during this COVID-19, dealing with persons in the nursing homes, guys, the vulnerable we're talking about here, right? Temperature checks were not even logged for those, if they were even done, they were not logged. And all of these things were happening in the nursing homes. And so these 106 nursing homes that basically did not pass inspection. However, the inspection team, they continue to work with the homes to ensure that recommendations made for the implementation of strategies to reduce the risk of the development of COVID-19 infection in the homes are carried out, according to the minister, the health minister. Yeah. Oh, great, great, great. You're hearing me now. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Kalia. Hi, Kalia. Yeah, thank you. One of my students. Love you. One of my students. Yes, watching. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. Lovely. Give me the thumbs up. Let me see the thumbs up also. Hi. Let me see the thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you for watching. And invite all your other cohorts to come and watch the program. Yeah? Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. Just made my day. My students watching. Awesome. Yeah. So as I was saying, guys. Okay, Kalia. Awesome. So continuing with the news, guys. Next one I should be giving you. Let me give you this one. So according to Major General Antony Anderson, press briefings yesterday, so that they could have just, staggered it so that we could all get to watch because we couldn't be at the same place at the same time, right? Anyways, let me give you the story. According to the Commissioner of Police, Major General Antony Anderson, basically they were along with some of his deputies yesterday were addressing the nation during their video conferences. He said the state of public emergency and COVID-19 were very high on the agenda of the police as they outlined the reductions in all major crimes. He said that while much of Jamaica's attention was focused on tackling the COVID-19 pandemic, the JCF were busy making strides in reducing the impact of the country's crime problem. In fact, according to Major General Antony Anderson, over the period of January to May 31st of this year, the police, as they say, they have been at an 11% decline in all major crimes. They've also shown that there's a 1% reduction in murders since the start of the year. Among the highlights of the crime fight is a 41% case clear-up rate in major crimes. According to the commissioner, much of the crime reduction is due to new strategies like improved case management systems and their ability to link investigations. The Deputy Commissioner of Crime Portfolio, Fitz Bailey, says that the advances have allowed the police to make more arrests and secure additional convictions. Pointing to last year's conviction of Teshan Miller, DCP Bailey says the police are committed to closing cold cases with more than 800 people charged in relation to cases dating back to as early as 2001. DCP Bailey also adds investigations are advanced into the matters of Jodian Ferron and Jasmine Dean. Meanwhile, in an effort to build on these successes, Commissioner Anderson says the police are advanced in their procurement of body-worn cameras. And I was to say this yesterday, and I forgot to say it, but I'm going to say it today. When I was talking to you about that story, remember I was giving the what was the story I was giving you again yesterday? Um, ah, oh my God. Anyways, I was giving you a story yesterday. Oh yes, I remember now. I was talking about the fact that this group that built the Jam COVID app, and they were saying that they were gonna do they were gonna design and give to the government bracelets for tracking people. So I was gonna say yesterday, so I said no. Why can't you go and design some or donate to the government some body cams for the JDF and JCF? Hmm? You're into technology. That's technology. Cameras are part of technology, right? And since you're into technology and you have so many technological equipment, you say, why not get some body cams and donate it? You're in a generous philanthropic mood, right? Donate some to the JCF and the JD because they need it. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, continuing, guys, continue with the news, continue with the news. Oh, before I go any further, let me give you that, since we're on that topic, um, let me give that to you. Uh, hmm, where is it? Oh my God, I need a new phone too. Guys, I need a new laptop and I need a new phone. My storage capacity on my phone is killing me. Yeah, I gotta delete. And I can't delete some of these things. Hmm. Okay, here it is. So, the JCF have provided an update on the Jordan Ferran case, as well as that of Jasmine Dean, right? I told that a while ago. So, the Jasmine Dean, for those who don't remember, let me remind you, is the visually impaired UA student who went missing in late February this year. Okay, so Ferran, of course, is a 23-year-old first-time mom whose death at the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI, in April sparked national outrage. Oh, she will be laid to rest on Saturday, June 6th. That is tomorrow. So her body, okay, they're going to have a funeral for Jordan Ferran tomorrow, June 6th. ACP Fitzbailey, Assistant Commissioner of Police, said that 20 statements have been recorded in the Ferran matter. The investigation is well advanced. A significant amount of evidence has been secured, and we are at a stage where the file is being prepared for submission to the Office of the DPP for their advice. Farron died under controversial circumstances at the hospital on April 25th, 6 hours after delivering her baby at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine. The Thanksgiving service will be live streamed. Um, the restrictions will be enforced because of the coronavirus disease, because you know that the funeral they're only having 15-person limit that is imposed on the funeral attendance. So of course it will be live streamed. So the persons who want to watch it can get to watch it. According to Farron's doctor, both UHWI and the Victoria Jubilee Hospital refused to admit her at the time when she was in labor. Eventually, The Spanish Town Hospital agreed to take her, but when she arrived there in the ambulance, the facility was not ready to accommodate her. And eventually, they admitted her. She had the baby. She was then sent to the UHWI because they did not have the necessary equipment to keep her, even though they were able to deliver the baby. And as a result of all that moving around, because she was a heart patient, she had a heart problem, she had a hole in her heart that they didn't even know about. And with all that drama, she died. So we're going to hear a lot more because the case is now going to go before the DPP. The prosecutor is going to look at the evidence, and then based on what is presented, then we are going to know who is going to be charged. It will be the people versus XYZ, ABC. And of course, yours truly will be here to give you all the information as I get it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All right, so I gotta give you this one, guys. I gotta give you this one because I don't understand why all this secrecy, all this secrecy. I tell you about this no information, and misinformation. Just be careful of these no information and misinformation because I do not understand why they keep these things serious. So let me tell you this one. So according to the Cayman Compass, the first repatriation flight to Jamaica out of Cayman departed the Owen Roberts International Airport with plans underway to add further flights. The Cayman News Service reports that according to the Jamaica Consulate, the Honorary Jamaican Consulate, 77 Jamaicans were on board the Cayman Airways flight that arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport at 2:15 yesterday, Thursday, June 4th, 2020. Can you imagine, guys, that a flight coming to Jamaica and we have not been told about it during this COVID-19 pandemic? I'm saying, okay, so if it is that we have gone back to normal, right, where we're not told these things, fine, but they take us from out under this Disaster Risk Management Act. Yeah? We can't be under disaster risk management and under curfew, right, and under wearing masks and all the social physical distancing, and yet you're acting as if it's business as usual and not giving us information. We need to know. So persons came in, guys, 77 of them came in yesterday. And as I understand it, and let me give you the story. So according to the article in the Cayman News Service, they say, the Honorary Jamaican Consulate has confirmed that 77 Jamaican nationals were on board the Cayman Airways charter flight to Kingston yesterday, June 4, 2020, the first repatriation flight to Jamaica since the lockdown began. Cayman officials have also confirmed that they have a list of more than 130 persons who have registered to leave Cayman on further emergency early flights. According to the article, they say, until Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced on Sunday that the country's borders would reopen to repatriate its nationals on Monday, June 1st, Cayman had struggled to get the authorities there to accept any of their countrymen currently in Cayman who are stranded without work and no means to support themselves. I'm reading an article, guys, from the Cayman News Service. It's not Jamaican news, I'm reading Cayman News. But in a sudden change of heart, as Jamaica prepares to reopen tourists in just 10 days, the decision to allow its nationals home enabled a flight to be organized from here, and more are expected. At the time of the lockdown, there were around 11,000 work permit holders in Cayman from Jamaica, as that country's long-standing connections with Cayman have led to a continuous stream of migration here of Jamaicans looking to work. Those who were repatriated Thursday, that is yesterday, Thursday, will be tested and quarantined as they enter the country. Reading Cayman News, guys. A small number of Caymanians stranded in Jamaica who will be returning on the flight this evening, so the flight has already left, will be required to go into government-mandated quarantine for 14 days when they arrive. Okay, so you heard, I didn't say it, and you've heard it before, and you hear it again, okay? The Caymanians say, and let me tell you what I've not said, okay? In the Cayman Compass, another article that I read, where they said over 1,000 US citizens were repatriated to the US from as early as the 2nd of May Today is the 5th of June. You understand? Yeah. And they said until Sunday, they have been trying to get the Jamaicans out of Cayman to come back to Jamaica, right? And they have been struggling with the government to make it happen. And and you heard the press briefing where the Prime Minister said that Jamaicans would start to return to the island June 1st. He said until then, they could not have put together a flight. Now that the border is open, now that they sent a flight with 77, and another flight is expected, and a couple more flights are expected to come. And they had a few Caymanians, so they wanted their Caymanians too. So I flew for Caymanians. And I tell you all the time, these things happen, guys. Whenever you see these things happen with these charter flights, because the nationals are in the country. So the British nationals were here, they sent the British flight. The Canadian nationals were here, they sent the Canadian flight. You understand what I'm saying? Do you see how this thing works, guys? So the Caymanians they wanted their Caymanians back home. It wasn't happening until the border was open. And so now you're here yesterday, the Caymanians were able to return home on that flight that brought in those 77 Jamaicans into the island. Guys, I tell you about this. No information, misinformation. Have your eyes and ears open and look and see. Nobody needs to tell you now because you have no need. Because guess what? God is a revealer. You understand? And he reveals things. So all you have to do is just watch. And remember, I tell you that time is what you need, guys, to reveal truth. Truth is revealed in time. The lies, they love the microwave society. They like the here and now. So they tell you a lie and you run with it. You understand? But the truth, lies can't stand time. Lies in time, truth is revealed. Lies are exposed with time. And you see it happening every day. You see all the things that are being exposed, guys? I'm telling you, anything in the dark must come to light. It cannot stay hidden for long or for too long. Because sometimes it stays for 40 years, yeah? Yeah. Okay, guys. Continuing with the news. I have more information to give you, I have to give you more information. Yes. Oh, yes. I want to give you this one. Where is it? Huh. Yes. No, that's not it. No. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. University of the West Indies, guys. I gotta give you this one. University of the West Indies, they are establishing an international nursing school. Why? To export nurses, guys. So let me give you a story. The University of the West Indies, UA, MONA, is to establish an international nursing school to produce thousands of nurses for export. Vice Chancellor of the University, Sir Hilary Beckley, said that among the projects being pursued as the institution gears up to launch an initial public offering IPO and list on the stock market. Sir Bickles was speaking on this week's edition of Taking Stock with Kalila Reynolds. He says the university will go to market to satisfy a $50 million US dollar bond needed to make that offshore medical school a reality. And he says with 80% of that business model complete, the school will go live with that plan later this year, 2020. Guys, I'm saying that something come, more to tell you. I will reserve my 2 cents on that one, right? But you will hear, yours truly, you will hear what I have to say about that. But I want to go to the international news before the program ends, guys. So I'm going to go to two things I want to mention in international news. So many things that are happening I could say, but just I want to give you these as we're on COVID-19 and talking about reopening our borders and so forth. I read this and I wanted to give you, other countries' perspective of the whole situation. Yeah. So according to the Cayman Compass, with countries in the region beginning to allow tourists to return, the Cayman government is proceeding with caution. The borders will not reopen until September 1st, 2020, at the earliest. The tourism minister, Moses Kirkconnell, as of Thursday afternoon, that is yesterday, Cayman has 160 confirmed cases of COVID-19. So here is a country, guys, whose main foreign exchange earner is tourism. A matter of fact, they don't have coffee, they don't have bauxite, they don't have agriculture. You understand? What they have is tourism. And they're telling you that they're not opening before September 1st at the earliest. Continuing, the paper also said St. Lucia had also started a phased reopening to allow regional and international travel, but in order to gain entry, visitors would require to show a certificate for a negative COVID test conducted in the 48 hours prior to arrival in the country. According to the Ministry of Health, hotels must obtain a COVID 19 operating certificate, and a nurse's station on site is mandatory, in addition to carrying out temperature checks on guests at meal times. To date, 18 persons have tested positive in St. Lucia, with all 18 fully recovered and no death. Okay, so that is their numbers. Look at it, Lord. Let's put it in perspective, guys, and let's look at it in context, right? So here are two countries whose main foreign exchange earner is tourism. You understand? They have done very well in containing the COVID-19 in their countries, right? They are smaller countries than Jamaica. We understand that, but the fact still remains. 18 is 18 in any way take it, right? 18 is still 18. Yeah. So St. Lucia, 18 persons contracted COVID-19, 18 persons recovered, no deaths. Okay. They're opening, and you are the criteria in which they're reopening, okay? And incrementally. The Cayman Islands, they also have 160 confirmed cases. Yes, their population is much smaller than Jamaica also, so that's still a large number in the Cayman Islands, you understand, to have that number. But they have also said, even though they depend on tourism as their main foreign exchange earner, they are not planning to open before September 1st, but after, not before. Yet here it is, we here in Jamaica, with almost 600 cases, and you can expect that number by next week, it's going to be over 600 cases, right? And come June 15th, God knows, it might even reach 1,000, who knows? We are, because of course, we have decided that we're reopening the economy and we're opening the borders to foreigners, and we're not even testing them. Well, the Prime Minister clarified his statement and said, well, it's not testing, but it's going to be screening everybody, but the person who are going to be in the travel bubble countries are the ones who are not going to get tested if you're in the travel bubble. And if you don't know, guys, which countries are in that travel bubble, you can go back to yesterday's program, going to my library and watch yesterday's program, because I gave a list of all those countries that are in the travel bubble. Right. Everybody else, according to the Prime Minister, will be tested. Right? Okay. So, time, like I said, is the master, and time, everything's revealed in time. So, and as something I go, I will say Jamaica as something I come. So we will know and we'll all see, right, whether or not and what happens, you understand, when the border is reopened June 15th. As you know, many persons are not happy at all with it. And so, you know, even Dr. Tufton, the health minister, he's being a team player, but you know, I tell you, I see it, read his body language, and I see that he is not happy at all. And if you listen even to his words and the way he crafts his words, you can know that he is not happy either with what's happening. But he's being a team player. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, Monday, as you know, is going to be the 8th of June, and on Monday, schools reopen, specifically for our CSEC students and our CAPE students, right? Our CSEC students and our CAPE students, right? And I'm still hearing where many persons are saying that the schools are not ready for these students. So, you know, come Monday to Tuesday, I'm going to have a lot more to say on that subject to you. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to say much more. I'm only hoping because I've heard the minister say, that the Minister of Education is providing all the PPEs and putting everything in place for teachers and students. We will wait and we will see, right? Like I said, it's not something going, it's something coming. So the final thing that I want to say, guys, on the program today before I close off today is this. It's a commentary. So that was the latest news that I gave to you. And I want to give you a little bit of my 2 cents. Okay. The Minister of Health and all the other pundits keep talking about the 65 plus age group persons, right? Who are the vulnerables in our society, right? And they give us all these numbers. So I was listening to the press brief like yesterday. Many of you were listening to the press brief, right? If you were listening to the press brief, give me a thumbs up. Let me see the thumbs up coming. If you were listening to the press brief yesterday, so I was watching the press brief, yes, and the epidemiologist, she was giving some numbers, and the minister was explaining the numbers, and all of that good stuff was going on. And we talked about the vulnerables in Jamaica, right? And I hear the minister and both the epidemiologist and the minister says that there are 98,000 Jamaicans who are 65 years and over who have at least two comorbidities, right? And 25,563 who have three or more comorbidities, right? Which, according to the minister in his explanation, he said this means that they are more likely to die if they develop a severe case of COVID-19, right? He said that their chances of survival would be less than others. That's what he said. So this is his explanation why the Prime Minister and the Cabinet have made it mandatory for persons 65 years and over to stay home and only to go out if they have business to go and do an oversight, right? And then go back home. That's what you said. That's what he said. You've all heard this, right? We've talked about this before. So my question is this now, guys. I thought what was good for the goose was good for the gander. Why did we have so much double standards in this country? So you are not supposed to do this unless do this. But if you're XYZ, you're not supposed to do it or you don't have to do it. The reason I say this, guy, because yesterday, not yesterday, the day when they had Parliament, the other day, I was watching Parliament and I was listening to them. I did a little inventory, and I was listening to the roll call. You know, every time Parliament is about to start, right? That little old lady, little elderly lady, she gets up and she gives the roll call, and including that little elderly lady, I'm adding her into my commentary. Why is it that she is still in Parliament? Come on, seriously speaking, 65 and older. That lady is over 65. You know, who is over 65, guys? Let me give some age who is over 65. Dr. Peter Phillips is over 65. Matter of fact, he's 70 years of age. The Honorable Carl Samuda is over 65. In fact, he is 78 years of age. Delroy Chuck, Honorable Delroy Chuck, he is over 65. He is 69 years of age. Horace Chang, Dr. Chang is over 65. He is 68 years of age. Right? Ed Bartlett, Bob the Drange, Desmond Mackenzie, Robert Montague, Mike Henry, Audley Shaw, Tom Tavares Finson, the speaker, Colonel Charles Sr., the other speaker. All of these persons, guys, are over 65 years of age. Yet they're all in Parliament. They're all in the House of Representatives and on the Honorable House of Senate. Come on. Why are they still there? They are working. They are working. They're not overseeing any business. They are actively working. And we are told 65 and over must not be, they should be home. They're not supposed to be out working. So what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. All of these persons are not supposed to be there. Why are they there? They should be at home. Yeah? Am I wrong or am I right, guys? I mean, seriously, what is going on here? You see what is, and this, guys, is the problem that we have in this country. It's always a case of do as I say, but don't do as I do. You understand? You always putting, emburdening people, putting all these restrictions on persons, on the general population, as long as it doesn't affect you. Yeah? Kingston has almost 200 cases of the COVID-19, and nothing is being done in Kingston because what? That's where government is. You understand? All the government ministries are in New Kingston and downtown Kingston and US Circle. Yeah? So we can't shut down Kingston. And we can't have quarantines in Kingston. We can't do it in Kingston. You understand? We have so many murders in Kingston. What's happening in Augustown? Even with what happened with the lady, the reason what happened with Susan Bogle in Augustown was due to the fact that the soldiers and police were actually running down a gunman. Because every day there is a murder in Augustown. It's a problematic area for a very long time, not today or yesterday. You understand? Persons who were working at Alarico, many of them worked in they work at Alarico, but they live in Augustown and Barbican and Papine and Harbour View and New Kingston and Vineyard Town and all of these other communities and many other communities that we don't know about. You understand? And yet we have so many cases in Kingston of the COVID-19. Nothing is being done in Kingston concerning the COVID-19. Yeah? Because what? That's where you are. Yeah? That's where government is. This financial district, everything is in Kingston. So you apply rules and regulations, but guess what? The rules and regulations do not apply to you. It don't apply to us, right? You're the little man. It applies to us, but it doesn't apply to you. Come on. This is what COVID-19 is teaching us. You understand? God is no respecter of persons. Doesn't matter who you are. You understand? Doesn't matter who you are. But some of you think it matters who you are. And some of you think because you drive a big Benz, right? Or you live in a big house, or you have, whatever you think you have, it makes you better than others. It does not. You understand? It does not. And I'm telling you, you understand, that time is the master of us all. And in time, if you do not humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, He will humble you. And a worse than a COVID-19 will come upon us as a result of this pride and narcissism that has taken over this country. Yeah. Guys, I love Jamaica. I love my Jamaicans, and I love the fact that we are able to be in a country so beautiful as Jamaica. But guys, there are so many things that is so wrong with Jamaica, and it's not the country; it's the people in it. Because the land is inanimate. You understand what I'm saying to you, right? Material things they can't move. It's the people in it, with all their vices and devices and their gripes and their grievances and the lack of empathy and sympathy for each other, you understand, and the lack of love and compassion for each other, you understand, all of these things. It's people, man. It's people. God, people who He created, God's creation, you understand. It's full time. It's full time. It's full time, man. It's high time. It's high time. And remember, if you are warned, because God never destroyed a city without a warning. If you are warned and you do not take heed to the warning, a worse thing shall come upon you. That's just the reality. It goes for all. It's micro and macro. You understand? It doesn't matter from the top to the bottom, from the least to the greatest. It doesn't matter. All of us, including myself, I'm not speaking, I'm not taking myself out of what I'm saying, guys. I'm telling you how the Lord God works. You understand? You understand? Because He expects us. It's called personal growth and development. He expects us to grow spiritually, physically, financially, mentally, emotionally. In every aspect, we're supposed to grow. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to, every day we become better versions of ourselves. We're supposed to. But some of us are not. You understand? And if you don't, you will be forced to. Guys, let us do better. Let us do better, man. Let us do better. Seriously, let us do better. It's full time. We've been taught, we've been told, we've heard it time and time again. It's high time that we hear, and not only hear, but we adhere. Yeah, it's time for us to adhere. Let us start to adhere. Okay? Otherwise, then say, who can hear feel? If I hear it, who can hear? Yes, who can hear? We will feel. Mm? Absolutely. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for me and my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the program today. If you do, give me that thumbs up. Let me see the thumbs up, guys. Let me see the thumbs up. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending time with me today to watch this program. I do not take you for granted. I tell you all the time. I really appreciate you. I love you and appreciate you. And I thank you. And remember, guys, that I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So go over there at Omega News JA and like, comment, and share. Thank you so much for your comment, Kalia. Really appreciate you. Yes, and thank you for all my friends and family who are watching this program, Omega Live with JJ, Woman Without Borders. I really thank you. As you know, tomorrow is Saturday and I'm not on tomorrow, but I will be back on Sunday at 1 p.m. On Sundays, I am on at 1 p.m. So I will see you on Sunday at 1 p.m., God willing. Okay. And remember, guys, enjoy your weekend and love each other. Okay. Do things for the elderly, the disabled, right? Those who cannot help themselves, help them. Right, as you do unto others, you'd like them to do unto you. Right, that is what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, treat each other with love and respect, and remember to practice not social distancing, as in not being sociable with each other, guys, but physical distancing. You understand? Wear your mask when you're out in public. Do it responsibly because it can't wait for a long period of time because it will make you even worse ill. Okay, so make sure you use it responsibly. Okay, and practice infection control measures by washing your hands and keeping your surfaces clean. Okay, so until I see you on Sunday, this is JJ, Woman Without Borders, saying God bless, stay blessed, and be a blessing. Love you. Bye.